Today I'll be doing a little bit of work on this 2005 Saturn Vue with the 2.2 liter 4-cylinder engine, 5-speed manual transmission. Took the muffler off of it, so it's pretty much straight piped. You can get a little bit of video of that as well. But the timing chain, I'm gonna take the valve cover off, check the timing chain, make sure that's all good, check the chain guides as well, and put it back together, and then get some videos of the exhaust for you. Here we go. You don't really have much of a good view, but I'm only one person here doing this alone. But a little bit of history about this vehicle. Ecotech 2.2 liter 4-cylinder engine. They have a couple different variants in it. I had a L200 sedan with the same engine in it, but it had a little bit less horsepower in it because it was a bit smaller of a vehicle. Not quite an SUV like this one. Small SUV, that is. And this has 143 horsepower. That's quite a bit of horsepower for a 4-cylinder engine. I believe it's produced by Saab, and some of them were actually built and designed to have superchargers, prochargers, or even be turbocharged. But most of the applications they used them for in just regular cars, like this one, it was just naturally aspirated. This one's got about 220,000 miles on it. Still running pretty strong. The 2.4 liter engines, those are known for really consuming a lot of oil. And it says even within a normal range of oil consumption, it's like 4 or 5 quarts within 3,000 miles or so. So pretty much by the time you need an oil change, you're already pretty much empty on oil if you're not taking care of it. So I'm glad I don't have the 2.4 liter, because these ones still burn a little bit of oil, but they're not quite as bad. That's gonna come off. Can't find my normal pliers. Gotta use these stupid welding grips. Yeah, these may not work. The spark plugs look pretty nice. Maybe we'll take the spark plugs out too while we're at it. If I can find the little grabby tool, go down there and grab them. Yeah, I forgot I ran it for a little bit. Got a little bit of pressure in it. Not too hot though. No, that does not need to come off. That can stay. Whoops. Learn as we go. Alright. Are these also 10 mil? Yes, they are. This needs to come off. Maybe you're just gonna have to stay there. I'll make it work. All right. Hopefully I can save this gasket. I don't have another one for it at the moment. I know I'm rambling a little bit, and this will probably be just a time lapse anyway. You won't be able to even hear or understand what exactly I'm saying. Did I get that one in? I did not. Oh, my back hurts already. Another thing these are notorious for is the one of the bolts for the chain guide likes to loosen up over time after use, and they make an aftermarket plug you can put in there that goes up against that bolt, keeps it from backing out. It goes in place of one of the inspection plugs on the side of the timing chain cover here. I'd like to see if that's already there or not. I've only had this car maybe a year, 2 years. You know, I just buy what I can afford, drive them until I can't drive them anymore. This one's got some suspension parts on the back that are really bad shape. Should be, honestly, the whole back end should be rebuilt. Some of the subframe needs to be checked and make sure it's still safe to be on the road. So that's why I'm not really driving it around a whole lot. A good car while it wasn't broken like that. Need one of those little thumb ratchets. The gasket feels pretty nice. It might have been replaced somewhat recent. Oh, that spring clip is bad. Half of it's rusted off. I'll get a hose clamp for that. I also noticed this coolant line here is a little bit swollen when it's under pressure. A little bit soft here. That should also be replaced. Alright. I think I've got most of them here. Should be just about ready to get this valve cover off of here. Need a pry bar or something. I just broke my screwdriver. Imagine that. There we go. And hopefully I can save this gasket. Oh, that didn't sound great. Hopefully I didn't just rip the gasket there. Alright. A lot of these bolts gotta come out more, don't they? Excuse my messy hair. Like I said, it's hot and humid. I got lots of hair, you know. I thought maybe these bolts had keepers on them, so you couldn't take them all the way out. But little rubber seals here kind of prevent them from coming all the way out very easy. I was hoping I could just loosen them all up and keep them in the rubber. So far, it's not really working out too well, is it? Ugh. I have a pretty good habit of losing bolts. Wish I had a power tool I could just zip these right on out. I'm not that fancy yet. Oh, is that the one that was holding me up? Hopefully I won't have a leaky valve cover after this, but not too hard of a job to fix. This used to be my daily driver, but now that it's not, I can get some of this other work done to it while I have time. Preventative maintenance. Did I loosen this one yet? Yeah, I broke it loose. Didn't jack it out all the way. I don't think I got that one out all the way either. Still held up on a couple of them. That one's free. Probably this one still. But I got it all the way. That one's still in there. No. There we go. Ooh. Ooh, that hurt. Just bent my thumbnail back real good. All right. Oh, what am I still stuck on? A plug or a sensor? Oh, ground wire. Well, yeah, that'd be nice to get off of there. Now watch me forget to put this ground wire back on it. I'm trying to figure out why it's not running right. This ground wire goes right to the ignition coils. It gives the ignition coils the ground. And of course it's a bigger size. Oh, it's not that size anymore. Try and get a 6-point socket on here. There we go. just loose enough the ratchet doesn't want to ratchet anymore, but still just tight enough. Can't get it with my fingers. You probably can't even see what I'm doing. There we go. Got a ground wire right here that's still connected. Oh, the whole stud's coming out. That's interesting. Still works either way. Yeah. There we go. Now it should come right on out of here. Yeah. That's what I like to see. Not a whole lot of sludge up here. I mean, for the mileage, it's really not that bad. All those cam lobes look pretty healthy. You can see this head is cast in the using the lost foam method. If I can get my camera to focus. There we go. See how that pretty much looks like styrofoam? They cast the block out of styrofoam first, then they dump the molten aluminum into it, and the foam just melts away. And you're left with a cylinder head that looks like styrofoam but is aluminum. And this chain really doesn't look too bad. Can't really see down in there. Take a look at those chain guides. A little bit of oil residue. Let me get you set up in a good spot here, and maybe I'll crank it over a couple times and see how that chain moves around.
Shot it yet?
No, I'm just looking it over, making sure the timing chain's good on it. Well, the neighbor stopped by and we got talking for a little bit, but that timing chain really didn't look too bad. Had a little bit of slap to it, but I think it was just the hydraulic oilers not being pumped up because it's not running. All the from what I could see, which wasn't very great, all the valve guides looked to be tight. That one bolt I was worried about, couldn't get that little side cover off to get a real good look at it. But it was still on there. Bolt was there, guide wasn't sloppy. So, I think it'll be alright. It doesn't have a really, really bad chain clatter on it like some of them do. I've heard way worse. I don't even think this has any clatter in the chain at all. So I'm sure it's fine. But just getting these all snug, and I'll tighten them down in the inward to outward pattern, the star configuration, as best as I can, that is. May not be the exact sequence for it, but it'll be close enough. Again, wish I had a power tool so I could just zip these down tight and then get my ratchet out and torque it down by hand. Yeah, I should do this one first. Then do this one. Then we'll go back to this one. Sorry if all you're seeing right now is my beard. Must have missed this one. These don't have to be crazy tight. It's just going into a rubber seal, into an aluminum head. If you're really torquing these down by hand, you're gonna tear up those threads in that aluminum head. Then you'll be in big trouble. I just gotta get them a little bit past snug. I might have gotten a couple of them a bit too tight, but yeah, well. Crazy neighbor kids. Wish I still had their energy. You know, run around outside, have fun. Nope, I'm pushing 30 with back issues and tendonitis in my Achilles heel. It's not fun. All you young folk out there, don't get old and take care of your back. You can be young and dumb for a little while, but don't overdo it. You'll regret it for the rest of your life. Hopefully these will snug on down. You guys even see what I'm doing? Prop you up a bench here. One person camera crew, you can kind of gotta get a little creative. Wanting to get some other things done on some of those other vehicles. Like that Cummins needs a bath. But having some issues with the probate right now after my dad's passing, and was told all hands off on all of that stuff. So this one belongs to me, so while we're in the middle of that, I won't get in trouble for wrenching on this thing. I'm just trying to get something out there on YouTube, keep the algorithm going. Videos have been doing pretty well so far. Appreciate you guys, really do. Hopefully those are all snapped in there good. Is that on there good? Yeah, I guess so. Can't really tell. Pop you guys back up here. This ear cleaner box back on here. can tell this has been taken apart before. This bracket up here is broken. Previous people tore it apart, didn't really care too much about saving the bits and pieces. Or it's just old plastic and brittle. I should make sure that's back on all the way. Don't want any coolant leaks. There we go. It's actually down a little bit too far. It's on there though. Get this tube back on here. Get this back on snug. Make sure those wires are out of the way. Smack myself in the forehead while I'm at it. There we go. That goes underneath. That brackets onto that. That snugs into there. Get that hose back on there. Breather hose for the PCV. And get this sensor plugged back in. Alright. There we go. I think we're all back together. Let's make sure it starts. There was a little bit of a misfire there at first, but I forgot. I put that on there, but it just blew it right off. Wanted to do a funny video of that, but I didn't clamp it down or anything, but still running pretty smooth. Yep. Still running smooth. Oh. Alright, gonna get all my tools cleaned up here. They're still scattered all out there and down there. Then we'll do a little bit of driving. Here's some of that straight pipe. You guys see that right there? I called it. I knew I was gonna do it. There's that ground strap I told myself I wasn't going to forget about. Where'd my ratchet go? There it is. That should hopefully fix a couple things. But no milky. Things running good. No blow by. Let's get going here.